What's up, guys? I'm DragonBeaz, and I thought I'd take a moment today to talk about Pokemon. What a surprise. So a question that gets asked a lot on stream and in videos and stuff is what my favorite Pokemon is, other than obviously the big one, the important one. And you know, I don't often get a chance, and I think about it, and I'm like, and so I've actually decided to do a video, but rather than just list off a heap of Pokemon that I like and that, I'm actually going to go through and name my favorite Pokemon from each typing. And explain why. Just a bit of a fun video, explain why I like them. What you are going to notice, there is probably a heavy first and second gen influence, and probably the most current, or like the current gen. And that's primarily because I missed out on sort of Gen 4, 5 area because I stopped playing for a while there. But let's just get stuck into it and let's start. So we're going to start with the grass type. Now, I had a little bit of trouble with this, but then looking back at it and looking at how much I played Gen 1 and 2, there's really only one choice that I could make here, and that is Bulbasaur. I love Bulbasaur. I love the design of Bulbasaur. I love Bulbasaur in the anime. I love the moves it learns. I know it's a bit like probably cliched in that, but there's just something about that design and that, like, he's adorable, you know. I'm not much of a battler, but I do love his move set. I love the whole evolution chain. You know, Ivysaur and Venusaur are really cool designs as well. So like that one was, the more I thought about it, I kept coming back to Bulbasaur and going, I really do like that him as a Pokemon, and they are a great Pokemon. So that's sort of like the grass one for me. So then we're going to talk about fire. Fire was a really interesting one. There are so many fire Pokemon, and like I have various different fire Pokemon that I really like, and it took me a while to sort of narrow it down for a number of reasons, and there was a lot of close decisions, but I finally went with Houndoom. I love Houndour, I love Houndoom. They come from a gen that means so much to me. I play, as you would have seen on some of my videos, I've played a lot of Gen 2, and the fire dark element is really cool. The design is amazing. The way the character or the Pokemon is portrayed in the anime is amazing. And so it was like, oh, it's a good design. It has a great diversity of moves. It's just a really cool looking Pokemon. And it's something that I think holds up design wise over many gens as well. So that sort of made it easier for me to then go, yeah, I really do like Houndoom as a fire type. So then there's water. This was easy. This was so easy for me. And people are going to go, oh my god, why? Psyduck. I freaking love Psyduck. Psyduck has always been one of my favorites, and I think it's got a lot to do with the original animes and Misty's Psyduck. It was derpy, it was adorable, it was quirky, it was funny, the things it got up to, but then it was like, but it can be a real powerhouse, and it can do so much with, you know, with its abilities and that. So, and I love its shiny. Like, its shiny is incredible. I love the powder blue of the shiny Psyduck as well. So it's like, I really do like that. So that was really easy for me. Normal type, which is up next, is something that has become a new favorite for me since the current gen, and that's Wooloo. I love Wooloo. The design of Wooloo is amazing. It's adorable. I love Dubwool. Dubwool is a real tank of a Pokemon to use. I love the shiny. The shiny Wooloo is really cool. And it's such a nice addition that they brought in with the current gen. So that was really cool as well. Now, Electric. Electric is such a hard one for me because I have so many electric Pokemon that I really like, but then design wise and move set and just it goes to Raichu, but not regular Raichu, Alolan Raichu. The design of a Alolan Raichu was so just cool when it first came out. I love the idea of it surfing on its own tail. I love the fact that it's got the psychic typing. I love the color of it. I love the design of it. It was such an amazing thing they introduced as an Alolan variation. And I use it a lot when I do have it in my team, or do have the ability to use it in my team. So it's really cool. Psychic types, and you're going to start detecting a pattern here because I kind of like derpy Pokemon, is Slowbro. I love Slowbro. I know Slowbro is water type as well, but I always look at Slowbro as being a tank of a Pokemon with an amazing ability to use psychic moves. It's got such a derpy looking face. It's such a cool design. He's just so relatable. He's living his best life. Okay, he's just so chill and so relaxed, and you know, I have moments where I'm just very slow and my reaction to things is very delayed and stuff, so I kind of relate to that. It's kind of my thing. Next up is the fighting type, and I had a bit of trouble deciding whether I wanted to put this Pokemon in the fighting type or the steel type, but I've gone with fighting, and that's Lucario. I love Lucario's design. Lucario is a badass. There's no other way to put it. The way Lucario's design is, Riolu, Lucario, and Mega Lucario looks incredible. An amazing moveset, a great diverse Pokemon. The way he is portrayed in the movies and anime is just so incredibly good. He's just such a badass. There's no other way to talk about it. The way, just the way he looks, the way he moves, the move set he has. He's just, yeah, like there's no other word. Badass is the best word to describe Lucario. Next up is Rock. A Rock type was a bit hard for me to pick, and it's probably because I don't use Rock types very often. But I went with Aurorus. And it strictly comes down to, I mean, it's a real strong Pokemon, but it's again the design. I'm very much a look at Pokemon and do I like the design and that. It's beautiful. It's like a cross between like a dinosaur and a frillneck lizard and a like Loch Ness monster kind of thing. It's very pretty. Its shiny is very pretty, and it's just a beautiful Pokemon. Even the sounds it makes in the game are really cool. And it's something very majestic about Aurorus. So yeah. Then we've got ground types. Ground types is another one I was struggling with. But then immediately, once I seen a name, I was like, oh my god, how was I not even thinking of this? And that's Marowak. I love Marowak and I love Cubone. I've loved them from the get-go. I love, there's an episode of the anime with Cubone specifically, where it's owned by a really like sassy trainer who thinks she's really good, and like the Cubone is trying to be a real badass, but like it loses and then like bursts into tears, and it's just and it's something really cute about that. And I guess there's the lore in regards to Cubone and Marowak in the games, and the ghost in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. So there's a lot of history with that Pokemon, and it's got so many moves that are unique to it, like Bone Club, Boomerang, that kind of stuff. That's very much associated, obviously, with that Pokemon line. So it's like, yeah, it's very cool. Flying types, once again, we're still Gen 1 and Gen 2 here and that kind of thing, is Noctowl. I love the fact that Noctowl, whilst as a flying type, it's so synonymous with being able to use psychic moves. The way it was portrayed in the anime is awesome. The fact that the Noctowl in the anime was shiny was really cool. And so it was like, I was like, I like the design. I like that it's based on reality. I like the fact that it's a quirky Pokemon. It's quite powerful, can be used really well. And yeah, it's just an awesome design. Bug types was easy. I can't get past one of the OG bug types, and that's Butterfree. Butterfree for me is just it's gorgeous. It has a sentimental spot for me because of the way it left the series in the anime side of things. I've always had a Butterfree up until recently with the games in my lineup. Once again, it learns quite a diverse range of moves outside of its typing, and it's an adorable design. The only thing that disappoints me about Butterfree is that the shiny variation isn't like what's in the anime, in which there's a pink Butterfree. That would be awesome, but yeah. Poison is another new Pokemon that got added in the most recent gen, and that's Toxtricity. Toxtricity is such an amazing design. I love its G-Max version. It's the coloring, whether it's the yellow and purple or the blue and purple. It's such a unique combination of having electric and poison. And it's just such a cool. He's a rock star Pokemon. Like, he's just like, I love the fact that his G-Max version does the whole playing the guitar, like air guitar thing. That's awesome. And that's just, it's just a good design and a great addition to the series. So next up is Dark, and I actually struggled with this one. It came down to two. And the reason I went with what I did was because I based it on the base Pokemon and not the shiny version. I was going to go with Umbreon, but then it's like, I like Umbreon in its shiny form. So I've gone with Absol. Absol's an incredible design. Absol has got such an interesting story in what it's known for. It's got I love the sort of like snow wolf kind of concept behind it, but then the horn design and like the fluff, like it's just an interesting design. And it's such a powerful Pokemon too. It's been something even before I got to know Petal. I've always sort of liked the design of Absol. Absol's such an incredible just Pokemon in general. And its shiny is hilarious because it's got a red face. So yeah. Ghost types. We're gonna go with ghost types. So ghost types are, this was a little tricky, but I settled on another new addition, Dragapult. Dragapult is another amazing design. It looks very sinister. I love the fact that, like, as it evolves from Dreepy to Dracoloak and then Dracoloak to Dragapult, you still have the Dreepies in the design, and like, I love the coloration. I love the shiny version of it. It's got such a cool move set. It's such and it's a unique design too, which is really cool. Like, I love the triangular shaped head, like it's like a flying fin kind of situation, like a jet engine kind of situation. It's that kind of mindset, and I really like that. And plus, it's got the added perk of it being a dragon type as well. So yeah, Ice was the first one I went for an evolution. I love Glaceon. Glaceon is gorgeous. Glaceon is such a nice Eevee. It's probably one of the best evolutions there is in regards to design. It's just, it's pretty. There's no other way to put it. It's such a pretty Pokemon. Its shiny isn't much different. And, you know, sometimes that can be good and sometimes that can be bad. In this situation, I think it gets away with it a bit more because of the colorations and that. It wouldn't make much sense to be much different in color. But yeah, it's got good moveset, and Eevee itself is such a diverse Pokemon, and Glaceon was such a great addition when it came in as an evolution. So yeah, that was my choice for Ice. And then we went on to Steel. Steel is something that I've gotten more and more use out of Steel Pokemon recently, but I've gone with Aegislash. I really like that whole line of Pokemon. It took me a while to get used to it, and it took me a while to appreciate how good a design it actually is. I really like Hone Edge and Doublade and Aegislash. I like the fact that it changes forms from like offensive to defensive, and yeah, like it's a very cool design overall. Then we've got Fairy. Fairy is a typing that I actually really like, as much as it's the almost the counter now to dragon types for the most part. But it's funny that the Pokemon that I picked for the Fairy typing was originally a normal type, and that's Clefable. I love Clefairy and Clefable, and Cleffa, and Clefable's a tank. Like you can really train your Clefable to be just a damage cushion more than anything else. And you know, it's cute, it's adorable, it's a pretty design, and it can learn a lot of moves, like a lot of different type moves, which is really kind of cool to be able to create a move set for, because it's so it's able to learn so many different moves. And of course I left the best till last because, you know, dragon types are the best. And so for my dragon type, it will come as no shock whatsoever. But of course, Dragonite. Dragonite has so much sentimental value to me. I've loved Dragonite since it was part of Lance's team. It's been represented in the anime as a powerful Pokemon, but in the more recent times, it's also been shown to be as caring, kind, considerate, loving, affectionate, you know. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's an absolute powerhouse. It can be trained to do so much. It's cute, it's adorable, it's derpy. Derpy is what I relate to most of all. It's underestimated sometimes too. I have a very personal attachment to Dragonite. Dragonite is obviously my mascot, and Dragonite is something that I see a lot of myself in. You know, I'd like to think that I'm a kind, caring, considerate kind of person, but you know, if you do something wrong by me, look out, kind of thing. You know, it's that kind of mindset. He's just the only thing that lets me down with Dragonite, and poor Dragonite, and I've mentioned this so many times, and I'm going to mention it again, is that he has the world's worst shiny, because it shouldn't be green. It's a hideous puke green, and I hate it so very much. But the whole line is amazing. Dratini and Dragonair are majestic and pretty, and I love their shinies, but Dragonite is just, he's a lovable derp, and there's no other way to put it. And he's so cute, and he's just a good bean. So anyway, so that's all my favorite Pokemon, one from each type. So if you want to let me know what yours are, feel free to comment in it below. Check out some of the other videos and that I've put up on YouTube. You can check out my socials and that. All of this will be in the description below. Yeah, I'm curious to see what others their favorites are. If you've got any further questions, you can always ask me. But for now, that's the end of this, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! He's a cutie, Philo, aren't you? Oh, hi, you obviously watched the whole video. Ah, well, Philo and I were just chilling. Anyway, so if you enjoyed that video, you can always click like and make some comments down below, or if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel for more content, and make sure you click on the notification bell so that you know when things go live. If you want to check out any of my social media or my Patreon, you can click on the links in the description below. And of course, if you want to check out any more recent videos or playlists, there might be some recommendations in the little video after this. So make sure you check it out after we say goodbye. You say goodbye, Philo? Bye!